short, taken at about the 34-yard line by the wide receiver, number 81. Running over to the left side, that is Brian Armstrong. And Armstrong, not much of a return after fielding the ball at the 34-yard line. It looks like they'll spot him down at about the 35-yard line. And a penalty marker again on the play.
That was number 30 Price of the Rampage. He got there first and almost made a spectacular play. Tripped up the returner there, and unfortunately got back on his feet and caught a little bit more yardage, but he definitely did slow him down a little bit.
What's the call, man? Can you check on that? It's only fair. Decline. First down.
So the ball spotted at the 35-yard line. Official now coming over to the near sideline, trying to give Coach Eisenberg of the Rampage a clear definition of illegal participation. However, the ball fielded at the 34 by Armstrong. He stopped at the 35, so a net of a 1-yard return. And this is actually a better position because had the Rampage taken the penalty would have been from the spot. And so as it is, the Arlington Panthers are pushed further back just by the return and not the penalty. Carlos Fleeks takes the pitch coming to the near sideline. And that run not typical of the way he ran the ball in the first half, as he slips on the turf and is stopped for a loss. And judging by the spot, it looks like a loss of about 1, so that'll bring up 2nd and 11 for the Arlington Panthers.
Well, Jimmy Hooker, the defensive back of the Rampage, did a nice job of turning the play back inside and made the running back of the Panthers have to make a strong cut, and he just lost his footing. It was a great defensive effort upon Jimmy Hooker.
Clock now running, 14 minutes exactly remaining in this third quarter of play. A lone setback behind quarterback Kurt Griffin. There you see Griffin, number 12, trying to change up the signals. Now he's under center. He has the snap, a delayed handoff going straight ahead, and that is a big run. And number 32, Ed Ordaz, out of Sam Houston State, is finally brought down, but not before he runs all the way in to Texas Rampage territory, all the way down to their 35-yard line. So, in effect, a gain of 31 yards on the play and a first down for the Arlington Panthers.
Possibly a game-saving play, but it was definitely a touchdown-saving play by Marcus Compton, as he was being blocked really, really well by the Panthers, threw the block off and was able to get the tackle.
Well, Brian, in this game, I think a touchdown-saving tackle and game-saving tackle are probably one and the same. First half was scoreless, and both of these teams played very close games last week. The Panthers winning by only a field goal. The Texas Rampage losing by 1 touchdown. And penalty markers are thrown on the play on the near sideline as Fleeks takes the handoff going straight ahead.
Yellow is beginning to become a familiar color here.
It's actually a nice game by Carlos Fleeks.
False start on the offense. Be careful.
And it is negated by a false start penalty. Clock still running with 12:18 to go.
On the offense. Repeat second down.
And there you hear false start against the offense. And so they will repeat the down. Scoreboard says second down, which is what the referee said. However, the official on the far sideline with the chain gang still has first down showing. And first down is indeed the case, because that was after the brilliant run by Ordaz. So this is first down and 15 with the Arlington Panthers at the 41-yard line. The 41-yard line, I should say, of the Texas Rampage. They're just across midfield. Kurt Griffin takes the snap, fakes the handoff. He lets fly, going to the end zone. Caught and dropped, just like that.
Marcus Compton once again with a nice play. to save a touchdown.
And the intended receiver on the play, number 83, Greg Lockhart, it looks like. And that was kind of a long run for a tight end. He was breaking open there, but for a moment is Compton there with the excellent coverage, as you said, Brian. Clock stopped now with 11:22 to go, third quarter of play. We mentioned both of these teams kind of shooting themselves in the foot with penalties. Arlington Panthers may have done that here as they're faced with the 2nd and 15 now, after what was a brilliant run and excellent field position to start off this second half of play. Kurt Griffin is under center. Long count, now has the snap off. A fake, and now handoff, an end around. Handoff going to number 84, Leighton Lindsay. Lindsay is brought down just shy of the 30-yard line, so he was able to get about half of that yardage back. And the Arlington Panthers will be faced with a third down, and we'll call it 8.
Well, the Panthers are definitely, with their play calling, keeping the Rampage on their toes with the fakes and the trick plays.
Joe Davis, number 30, a defensive back out of the University of Hawaii, checks into the game for the Texas Rampage. He will be lining up at the safety position. And so third down and a long 7 for the Arlington Panthers. Wide receiver in a slot to the far side, single wide receiver to the near side, a lone setback behind quarterback Kurt Griffin. Now Griffin wants to back out. He's changing the play, sending the signals, and the tight end kind of flexed a little bit. You see the gap there over on the near side. Griffin, a pump fake. Now he wants to take off with it. Runs toward the near sideline, is corralled there, brought down quickly by Dexter Harvey. Harvey, number 26, a linebacker out of East Texas State. Penalty marker again on the play. This one on the near sideline is James Foster of the Texas Rampage, representing the defense over there to receive the call from the officials.
Well, that play had to make the Panther coach cringe a little bit as he saw Griffin being chased by about 4 of the Rampage defenders.
Clock stopped with 10:07 to go, third quarter. Officials still conferring on the call. Now the official wants to speak with a captain from each team. Looks like we're going to have 2 penalties on the play.
I got offside on the defense, and I got dead ball unsportsmanlike on the offense. Okay, now.
So offsides, the call against the Texas Rampage, that's a 5-yarder. And that is menial now compared to the 15-yard dead ball unsportsmanlike penalty.
I've got dead ball unsportsmanlike on the offense. Now 15 back that way. Lose the down, 4th down.
And needless to say, the Arlington Panthers were hurt the most by that. As you heard, a loss of down, so now it's 4th down, plus the fact that they lost 10 yards in effect because of the 5-yard negation against the Texas Rampage.
Well, the unsportsmanlike conduct was on one of the, I'm not sure who it was, but it was on one of the Panthers players as he was trying to protect his quarterback because he thought he got one of the Rampage got a late hit on him.
So 4th down, and we'll call it 15 as you see, and that's coming up for the Arlington Panthers. Ball spotted at the 41-yard line. Clock stopped with 10:07 to go. And it brings on Chris Dolan and the punting team for the Arlington Panthers. Jason Smith, number 20, is back deep to receive. He stands at about his own 10-yard line. Kick is up. Another high, beautiful hanger. Smith waves the hands in the air, lets it go. Kick bounces in the end zone, and the coverage team not able to get to it. It'll be a touchback. First down and 10 from the 20-yard line for the Texas Rampage.
Can you hear the Rampage coach breathing a sigh of relief right there?
I think that could be what it is. Taking the ball at the 20-yard line is much better than being inside your own 10. And in a scoreless game, I think the little things like that are magnified even that much more.
Definitely.
Should this game remain scoreless as we get deeper into the third quarter and even into the fourth quarter, all of the little things like that are going to matter. And field position has been big in this game as Ed Canty takes the handoff going straight ahead. Big man brought down after a gain of 1.5 or so. It'll be third down and about 8. Or second down and 8, beg your pardon. Dwayne Hill, number 2, a wide receiver out of Texas A&I University, checks in. Hill, 5'10", 170 pounds. Hill coming in motion to the near side, but it's a pitch to Moore going to the far side. Mike Moore takes the pitch and is down at about the 25-yard line. That's a gain of about 3. With under 9 minutes to go, third quarter, it'll be third down and about 5 for the Texas Rampage.
Well, once again, we mentioned how big the offensive line was for the Panthers, but showing their speed there, they were able to get to the outside and not let Moore around them. It's very impressive to see such big guys like that carrying around that much weight, but being able to run to the outside like that and cut off the run.
So Ed Canty and Mike Moore in an I formation behind quarterback Mike McDade. Receiver in a slot to the top of the screen. And that was a smart play, almost not a smart play by Mike McDade, as Arlington Panthers...
Outside, over there.
As the Arlington Panthers had encroached across the neutral zone. And what you're supposed to do is snap it immediately once the defenders are across, but McDade kind of took his time, and he just did snap it. So that will give the Texas Rampage 5 yards, I should say, and now we have an official's timeout on the field. And we'll have a measurement for the first down. I had mentioned before the snap that it was third down and 5, and after the 5-yard movement, it appears that it was just slightly more than 5 yards. And by the nose of the football, it is a first down after the 5-yard penalty. So first and 10 for the Texas Rampage.
Once again, one of those little plays that really matter in these tight games.
Clock now running. It's Canty and Moore in the backfield behind McDade, who drops back to pass, pump fake, rolls right. He wants to stay in the pocket. He lets fly downfield. It is caught by Dwayne Hill. An incredible catch by Dwayne Hill all the way down to the 2-yard line to hold everything. I see penalty markers way back at the 20-yard line of the Texas Rampage.
Don't celebrate yet.
Nevertheless, that was a heck of a catch. A celebration there by Hill and Stiggers, and why not?
It looks like it's coming back.
That look badass.
Boy, McDade showing he has a cannon.
Well, he waited, too. He waited forever to throw that ball.
He was standing about his own 22-yard line when he
Got a
let it go.
personal foul, number 20 on the blue. I got a personal foul, 89 white. Offset, still first down.
And that has to be particularly confounding for James Eisenberg and the Texas Rampage. It'd be one thing to have a penalty called against you to negate the play, but when the other team had a penalty as well, they're offsetting, that just negates everything. It makes the penalty against you particularly needless.
Well, Eisenberg was kind of upset about that. He was about to go 10 yards onto the field after that call.
I see the troops there for the Texas Rampage. They're just going to have to shake that one off. So once again, it'll be first down and 10. 8 minutes, 4 seconds to go, third quarter of play. And as we talked about in a scoreless game, those little things mean a lot. So a mental error there, really more on the Texas Rampage than the Arlington Panthers there, negates an excellent, just a beautiful passing play. So McDade comes right back and gives the ball to Moore, and Moore breaks free right up the middle and is close to the 37-yard line. He's close to first down yards there, about 3 yards shy. So it'll be second down at about 3. And you see number 2, Dwayne Hill, checking back into the game for the Texas Rampage. He with that big catch. Mentioned Hill being out of Texas A&I University, which I think has recently been renamed Texas A&M at Kingsville. Isn't that right?
Honestly, I don't know. I'll take your word for it, though.
Okay. So with 7:28 to go, second down and 3 for the Texas Rampage. The give is to Moore once again. Moore stacked up near the 40-yard line. He's going to be about a yard shy of the first down. Well, he's taking a pounding again, and he's slow getting up again. Well, now we see Mike Moore coming off the field, although slowly, but still there is a Texas Rampage player down on the play. And here come the trainers to look at him.
That is Ed Canty, the running back.
The big man.
5'11", 250-pound running back? Yeah, I'd say so.
Let's go, Yankees! I get the one out there. Go get him again,
Canty is sitting up quickly. That's definitely a good sign. And judging by the fact that he's sitting up, that means the upper body's okay. It means they're probably looking at his leg. And I think from the field, I could hear them saying something about his ankle.
Oh, you ain't gonna talk to me before I finish on that beat, huh? Oh, come on, Freeman.
So action stopped with 7:06 to go in the third quarter of play.
We have had about, I guess, 3 or 4 players that have been down, but they've all walked off the field under their own will.
And Canty is doing so now, although gingerly. He may be done for the evening. We'll have to see. They'll have to get over there and look at him and maybe get some ice on that ankle. Meanwhile, we're back to action as it is third down and inches for the Texas Rampage to give straight ahead. Looks like Kelly Yancey, number 24, was in to take that handoff. And he did not get those inches. It was indeed Yancey.
Well, that is discouraging. After a huge play like that passing play down to the 5-yard line, going down to coming down to third down and coming down to inches and not making it, and now it's fourth down, you get a punt.
Football is said to be a game of inches, and it turned out to be exactly that on that play. Cipriano with an end-over-end kick after bobbling the snap again. Fielded by Willie Freeney. Freeney, the defensive back, breaks free and has room on the near sideline. Just inside the hash. You see Freeney doing a little of his own officiating there. It is a first down that way.
But there is a flag down at the 35 of the Panthers.
And that could turn out to be big because he had the ball right at midfield, so a big return could be negated.
Personal foul, clip on the white.
So clipping on the Panthers on the return. The flag is thrown at the 30-yard line, 35-yard line, beg your pardon. And if it's 15 yards from that point, that will put the Arlington Panthers back at their own 20.
Flag was on number 10, Robert Holt, cornerback out of South Oak Cliff High School.
On the white, first down.
And that is indeed the case. The ball spotted just across the 20-yard line, so in effect a touchback. And again, these teams hurting themselves with penalties. What should have been great field position for the Arlington Panthers instead turns out to be not so great. Your own 20 isn't bad field position by any means, but it's definitely not as good as being at midfield.
No, it's not.
So Kurt Griffin giving the signals to his team once again. I formation in the backfield behind him. And a false start in the backfield. It's number 32, Ed Ordaz, the fullback.
Start, procedure on the offense.
Well, you definitely can't score moving backwards.
Yeah, it's definitely true, Brian. With just under
False
6 minutes to
start
go.
on the offense. Still first down.
The Arlington Panthers will give 5 more yards back. So now they'll start from their own 16-yard line.
Hey, turn it down if you're going to do that.
We'll see if the Texas Rampage defense can put the pressure on here. You know, a turnover at this point could turn out to be very costly for the Panthers. And the Rampage defense, if they're opportunistic, could get a score here. There's Fleeks in motion as Griffin takes a snap, hands off to Ordaz. Ordaz pulls over one defender. He gets some of that yardage back as he's across the 20-yard line to about the 21.5. That'll bring up second down, and we'll call it 10.
Well, as you said, a turnover would turn this game around. That's all this game is waiting for, is just one big play that could turn this game around. But and they've had a couple of huge plays on both teams. But like you said earlier, the penalties have just killed them.
We've only had one turnover in the game so far, that coming on an interception. Interception by the Arlington Panthers. Safety Brian Bruce pulled in an a Mike McDade pass, I should say. We're approaching the 5-minute mark here in the third quarter. Second down and 9 for the Arlington Panthers. Kurt Griffin takes the snap. Play action pass. He lets it go. His pass completed to the 33-yard line. A first down for the Arlington Panthers as the big running back Carlos Fleeks now coming up on the receiving end.
Well, that was a smart play by Fleeks. You know, you see most receivers or running backs, a lot of inexperienced ones won't look for that first down marker and know where they're supposed to turn around, but Fleeks knew exactly where that marker was and turned for the hook, and the ball was right there. It was a great, smart play by Fleeks.
It was a good pattern and a good throw as Griffin with a dart right in there. Nice hands by Fleeks to hold on to that one. He got just enough for the first down. So a 4 wide receiver set for the Panthers. And they run out of that, and we have a fumble on the play. That appears to be, well, it looks like, it looked for a moment like Donnie McDowell, number 54, linebacker for the Texas Rampage, might have gotten to it. It looked like James Walton of the Texas Rampage was there for a minute too. Pulled back though by the Arlington Panthers.
That's why we didn't have it. He never had it.
So the Arlington Panthers luck out kind of in 2 ways. First of all, they get the fumble back. And secondly, they only lost 2 yards on that play, so we have second down and 12. Ball spotted at the 31-yard line of the Rampage. Fleeks in motion. Griffin a long count. Gives straight ahead to Ordaz. He stopped at the 35-yard line. That's a pickup of about 4. Bring up third down at about 8.
Well, Ordaz had a hole if he would have looked to his left, but he went straight ahead, right over one of his own players.
Number 58, Dwayne Hannon, in on the stop for the Texas Rampage. He's a defensive end out of Crowell High School. And you see the time, 2.5 minutes and counting, as we have a third down. And we'll call it 8 for the Arlington Panthers. Kurt Griffin again redirecting traffic back there.
Well, Griffin likes to take his time on these counts, huh?
Yeah, 4 wide receivers set. They like to change things up there on the line. Finally, he has the snap drop straight back. He is wrapped up immediately by Hannon. Number 58, Dwayne Hannon, could not be held off that time. And this time he has the sack of Griffin. A loss of 5 on the play back to the 30-yard line, and will bring up 4th down and 13. So things move pretty quickly there, and Dwayne Hannon determined on that play to get to Griffin. So now to bring in number 5, Chris Dolan, the punter. He's out of East Texas State University. He will punt to number 20, Jason Smith.
Dolan has a foot.
Jason Smith also out of East Texas State University. So both these guys possibly former teammates in college. And Smith thought about it. Wisely, he got out of the way, and it takes a Rampage bounce. Comes out to the 22-yard line, so decent field position for the Texas Rampage. They'll have lots of field to work with 1:17 to go, third quarter of play.
Well, we should have a nice rest here for the offense, so we can see if they can put something together here in the last minute or so of the third quarter.
The last minute of the third quarter is vastly different from the last minute of the second quarter, the last minute of the fourth quarter, obviously, because those might be times when you might be tempted to put it up in the air and go for it all in one shot, whereas now Texas Rampage have to really be thinking of this more as just having 16 minutes left to go in the game, so they've got all the time they need to try to get that ball down the field.
That is true.
And on first down, McDade gives it to Moore off the right side of the line. He gets a couple. Clock running as we approach the 1 minute mark. It'll bring second down. And we'll call it 8 for the Texas Rampage.
Well, Robert, I'm looking down here at the sideline at the 25-yard line of the Panthers. On the Rampage side, Derek Johnson, the defensive back, is down, being looked at.
Yes, indeed, and we didn't see him shaken up back when he was on the field to play, so we'll try to figure out what that's all about. And meanwhile, as we're back to action, we're not back to action, as Mike McDade, a little bit confused with the signals, and he elects to burn one of the Rampage's timeouts with 26 seconds to go in the first half of play. And there, as you can see again during this timeout, that they're again looking at Johnson. Johnson's out of Montana State. Just like with Ed Canty, they're looking at one of the wheels there, looking at one of his legs.
Once again, we didn't see exactly what happened to him. I just happened to look down here and see him laying down on the sideline holding his leg.
Possibly could have strained something there on the punt. He was in there on the punt protection, punt return team. Well, this is also an interesting move by Ed Canty. I wonder if James Eisenberg let him know about it. With 26 seconds to go and the time counting in the third quarter play, why would you burn one of your timeouts? Why not save it till the fourth quarter?
The only thing I can think of is there was confusion in the plays. I don't understand that either. With no 24-second clock, or as in the NFL, there's no need to call a timeout. Need to save those.
Johnson is up and walking around, and that is definitely a good sign. So we'll try once again for 2nd down and 8. Rampage with the ball on their own 24 as McDade wants to pass.